Welcome everybody to episode 4 of the NBBA First Take.
I'm Brody.
I'm the Bill, captain of the Chickens.
Alright, let's get into it. Firstly, what we're going to be talking about is Roosters dominating again in the last game. Brody's career high, Liam's debut, a bunch of other stuff that was breaking through the week.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get into the first thing, the latest game. What happened to Chicken's point of view from the latest game?
Look, honestly, it was we just didn't have the players, and also noticeably Hunter's had a lot of trouble on the Springbank court, as documented in previous games as well. We've been scraping by at Springbank and have been lacking our best defensive player as well. It just wasn't good and just not playing well.
Yeah, so Hunter is, I don't know what he's averaging at Springbank on that court. I think it's like 40, which is low for him. But do you think he played at nighttime is a factor? Because it's winter, so most of the games now going to be nighttime because it goes dark earlier.
Yeah, we played some games in like 6 degrees.
Yeah, today it was about 8 degrees, but it's only going to get colder, and towards the finals it's going to get even more colder, if that's a factor. I don't know what was happening. Defensive pressure, do you think that the Roosters put good defence? Or
They did phenomenal defense. I think that there was a change in the play style between previous games and this game, because noticeably players like Ben were putting significantly more pressure on Hunter. And I just want to point out, while there was so much defensive pressure being put on Hunter, he still managed to score 55 points.
Yeah.
So it sort of shows that, he's still capable. It's just that there's so much conditions are preventing him from making way more. I
mean, we treated this game like it was the finals because we had to win. We lost 3 in a row. Mm-hmm. We were absolutely cooked at the end of at half time.
Yeah. Because
we would put maximum effort on defense and maximum effort on offense, and we just kept going like that, and it eventually pays out.
Yeah. I mean, what were you and Ben thinking with those 3-pointers? I mean, you guys were bagging pretty much all of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I had the leg sleeve and the arm sleeve. I don't know what happened. Last time I played with the arm sleeve, I shot pretty bad. So I might have to keep with the arm sleeve now,
Do you think it was just the arm sleeve that contributed to you getting threes, or was it?
I mean, it's not a proper arm sleeve. It's like a bandage, but it might have worked. I don't know. I guess we'll see next game. I'm gonna keep it on.
Okay. So the team chemistry right now. You and Ben, do you guys think that you're flowing? It's going good now?
I think our team has great team chemistry since us four used to play Fortnite late at night together. A bit of crash. Not much good chemistry between the Kirklands because they're a bit angry at each other. But no, there was good chemistry today. We were making our shots. It was just a good time.
I mean, this game sort of shows that you guys don't really need players like Tyson and Jake anymore who are willing to split off and make their own team. How do you think that's going to affect the Roosters next season?
We should be fine next season. We obviously need another player for a bench. We still need a bench this season because playing a full game is tiring and you eventually get tired. And if the other team is 2 subs, then they get a rest, obviously, so they're fine for the rest of the game. But yeah, they definitely do have their impacts when they're playing good. But we both played extremely well today. Shots were making, great defense, most points in a NBBA league game so far.
Do you think that if this game was against the Foxes instead, it would have turned out much differently?
Well, obviously, if we're making the shots, obviously the Foxes have.
I mean, in regards to their defense and offense compared to our team.
Most of the shots I was making today, I wasn't making the last game. I was doing some pretty good moves, which even Hunter was surprised. Hopefully I can keep that up next game, but I'm not investing next game. So yeah. How do you think Roland played today? He had 18 points.
He played alright. I mean, look, he's not seeming too motivated, which I understand because he's not getting the minutes. He's just not getting minutes. He's also just not as important to the team. Obviously he's a part of the team, but he's more of a side player to players like Cooper and Hunter, who are the playmakers and make up majority of the team's wins. Ryland still contributes, and I think that I think it would actually be good if he moved over to the Vipers. It'd give him a bit more of a better environment for him to actually be able to play, get solid minutes, and be able to even lead a team potentially.
What can you say about Liam's debut? And what's going to happen in the future?
Well, I think Liam is alright. I think that everyone has a place on the team, and Liam definitely does not have a place in shooting. I think he's a bit reckless. He was a bit reckless, but that was after it was a blowout. I do want players who take the game a bit more seriously though. So players need to know their place, and he's obviously quite a good defensive player. He's got the stamina, he's got the speed.
Yeah.
He's able to keep up with players like you. So I think he's a good member to the league, or he's allegedly going to be joining the league soon.
Yeah. Talk us through towards the end of the game. When did you guys decide to pull the plug on the game?
Look, we weren't considering doing a blowout until we realized that Hunter wasn't able to shoot threes, and you guys were able to shoot threes. We weren't able to, and both of you guys. So it wasn't just you; it was both Ben and you, and we couldn't handle that. And I was just like, we should just pull the plug, and because we're obviously not going to win, and I'd rather not waste resources like Hunter on games where it's just not going to win.
Yeah. And how big was the out of Cooper today for your team?
It was big. I think that Cooper would have potentially won us the game. I'm not saying that you would have been demolished. I think that it would have been a close game, but we would have came out like previous games, because Cooper's defense in the mid-range, I mean, a lot of your shots were made up with layups and all of that. Cooper would have been able to be there and be able to keep up with players like Ben, who are significantly bigger than all of our other players in the weight class. So I think that, if Cooper was on, he'd be able to keep up with the layups, be able to get the ball to Hunter, and we'd probably be able to get much more points.
Do you think the Chickens got exposed with their depth and with Cooper or Hunter off the floor?
Yeah, I think that we've sort of been humbled. I mean, it's like we've realized that, we can't win without specific players. Like, it's not like a team effort where everyone contributes. It's mainly players like Hunter and Cooper who we rely on. We can't really live without them, to be honest. It's humbling.
Yeah.
So you did a career high this game. Talk us through it.
Well, I actually did tie my old career high, which it was in the duo league, which doesn't count. But 73, yeah. As I said earlier, I was getting to the spots, splitting the defense a lot, getting to my shot, getting to my position, and I wasn't missing much really. When I was getting to the layups, I usually missed those. Like last game, I missed a lot of those. I got a decent amount of assists too.
Yeah. Do you think we gave you that opening, like the Chickens, in terms of their defense?
I think partially the Chickens gave me that. It was mainly I was just feeling it, so I just kept going to the ring and attacking the ring, and I just kept hitting threes too during the game.
Yeah, it's interesting because the Springbank court, some people, thrive off of it, while some people are just not doing well at all. So it's an interesting court, definitely.
I was saying today, I'm not going to be capital, but I was saying I was going to try and go for 80 today. I felt good. Everyone was talking trash about my arm sleeve and my leg sleeve.
I don't think anyone was talking trash.
No, I was getting a lot of trash talk at the start. But I mean, I'm going to keep wearing the arm sleeve, obviously. It's not coming off until I have a bad game. But
do you think that you have a top five play in that game?
A good play.
Yeah, a really good play.
I did hit. So I think that's the third game in a row at Springbank I've hit a step back first quarter buzzer beater three. I don't know why. I just keep hitting those. But I was hitting some good shots, some good threes. I did get a good block on Hunter in the first quarter, start of the game, a good swat. But hopefully I can keep playing like this and maybe get into the MVP race.
Yeah. Do you think that there's anything the Chickens could have done better for a different outcome?
To guard me?
Just overall in the game.
I mean, when you lose by 48, you can't do everything wrong. There's nothing you really did right. They could have boxed. Definitely the rebounds. If you look at the rebounds, it was
there's a lot of offensive rebounds.
It was 27 to 48 with the rebounds the whole game. Pretty sure I had more rebounds than the whole team. I think boxing out, Cooper averages 28 rebounds a game. That's why.
Yeah, we had our play. Yeah, we lost the person who would be getting those rebounds.
All right, let's talk about Liam's debut. We already talked about it a bit, but let's touch on First impressions of his game.
Well, I had high hopes for Liam. Obviously, Hunter referred him and brought him onto the team. So Hunter himself is a good player, so I just assumed that Liam would be on par. Liam, he's okay. He's able to keep up to some extent. He's not a scorer though. He's not a playmaker at all. He's probably just good in the defense.
Yeah, he gets into your face the whole time on defense. He definitely was saying in the interview later that he was getting worn out a lot, and because it was a full game. He did get a lot of minutes that game because he played the whole last quarter and stuff. But do you think he only brought like rebounds to the team, or like, do you raise the defense? Or
I think that the rebound department was lacking significantly. I think that we weren't even getting much rebounds at all. Like you said, you got more rebounds than our entire team. So he's really just a defensive player. He has a lot to work on, and when his valuation does come out, we're willing to help him, get to that point as a team. But it's a lot of pressure on him coming into the league potentially.
Did you see any like good energy or hustle plays from him in that game?
Yeah, dude. In the first quarter, it was quite good. I had really good impressions in the first quarter because I saw Hunter and Liam have excellent chemistry. They were, passing it back and forth, making plays for each other and getting it through the defense. So they were doing well in the first quarter, but I think the energy died down very quickly after that. And they were doing well though, for sure.
Let's do a thing. We're gonna rank every team, but without their star player.
Okay.
So who do you think has the best team without a star player? So obviously, the main player for Foxes is Hayden. Main for Roosters is me. Main for Chickens is Hunter. Where would you rank the teams?
Ben, Jake, Tyson.
Roosters.
He has Lockie and Jed.
Yeah.
And I would have
Cooper,
Rylan, and Liam and Fergus potentially. I would probably put up. It would probably be between the Roosters and the Chickens potentially. I don't think that, obviously the Foxes they have Lockie and Jed. They would sort of be able to be on par with some of us, but not necessarily. Having Cooper alone and you having Ben is really good, honestly. And then also me having Rylan and you having Jake as well.
Yeah, I think the Foxes will be good in the offensive part, but I think defensive Cooper and Ben will lack.
Cooper and Ben,
and overall leadership will lack, I think.
Yeah, there's going to be, I think Hayden really brings the Foxes together, and missing out on the person who brings everyone together is just not good for just overall playing. Whereas someone like Cooper could step up, or Ben could step up and be able to lead the team.
Yeah. So do you think, if obviously Hunt has a bad game next game, do you think there's an actual debate for the MVP?
No.
You think it's over?
I think that there shouldn't be. I think that Hunter is still, like I was saying last podcast with Hayden. Everyone has bad games, and when we do play the next game on the blue core, that's gonna be the deciding factor. So I don't think this game we should be talking about the MVP, but I think next game, whether the stats, what the stats tell us next game, yeah.
Do you think there's even a debate for the top two players in the league? Do you think it's close?
The top two?
Me and Hunter.
No.
You don't think it's close at all?
I think it's interesting how, the Roosters and the Chickens both have top players, but the Foxes, they have Hayden, who's not really up there as a contender, which is interesting because he's still an amazing player. So it's interesting.
Those stats done earlier in the week. Hunter had a 98.2% chance for MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously now
98.
Yeah, 98.2. Now I think it'll be down a bit because I had a better performance. But,
for sure.
Cooper's was 0.3. I'm guessing he's out of the race now because he didn't play. It could get close. We're going to be talking about who we think will get awards and just about the awards.
Okay.
So we're going to start with the first team.
Let's talk about what awards are available.
Okay, so there's the All NBBA first team, which is 3 players. Second team, which is 3 players. There is a Bench Player of the Year award, but I don't think anyone will qualify for that. So I don't think anyone will get it with this season. Next season, there'll be the Most Improved Player, but obviously we can't do the most improved player of the first season because there's no one that's improved. Yeah, we got the DPOY. We'll get the full defensive first team, which is another one. So the MVP will be announced on here live. I think it's like June 4th or something when it gets announced. All the awards will get announced in here, pretty much. So yeah, who do you reckon will win? Who can get first team?
It'll probably be Hunter, you, and then one other player. It could be Hayden. It could be Ben or Cooper as well.
Yeah, I think the way it's going right now, well, before the last game, it was me, Hunter, and Cooper. And obviously the second team would be Ben, Hayden, and Jed. The way
not Lockie?
No, he's not making the second team. He averages 20 points. Right. That's all I can say. He's not making the second team. Jed averages 45, so even though his stats are empty, he doesn't average much assists. Lockie needs to average more and shoot better. He shoots 20% too.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, look, how would you see it? The same thing as well?
For what?
For the first team?
Oh, yeah. First team, same. Brody, Nabil, and... wait, hold on. Me? No, not Nabil. Hold on. Me, Cooper, and Hunter. This guy's not making any teams.
Okay, man.
Defensive first team. I haven't talked about this yet. Who do you think will be the defensive first team?
It'll probably be players like Ben, sure, Cooper.
Yeah, I think Ben and Cooper are a lock.
Ben and Cooper are going to be some of the best.
Maybe Hunter.
It could potentially be Hunter. I'm also thinking you as well.
No, I'm not in it, bro.
No.
Oh, maybe the rebounds.
Bro, you get so much rebounds. But also, I could say Tyson, but probably not anymore.
That is what the hot take that we're going to talk about before. But
is that a hot take?
That's a very hot take.
Interesting.
That's not happening.
I mean, yeah, that's not happening.
Who do we think could rise next season then, take home the most improved?
It could be. I mean, look, if Liam joins, it could be Liam. It could be Jed.
Jed? Yeah. No, any players in the Vipers, do you reckon? Or?
Vipers. It could be Rylan. It could be pretty much everyone on the Vipers, I think. So a lot of people have, everyone on the Vipers has a lot of room to grow, like Rylan, Jake, and Tyson. They've all been playing quite badly this, not Rylan specifically, but both other players have been playing quite badly this season. So they have a lot of room to grow, and next season it could be in the run-up for that.
Last episode we did talk about the importance of the Season 2 draft, but so we know players like Cooper, Jed, and I think obviously Seth will be in the draft for Season 2. Roosters own 2 picks. Do you reckon the Chickens will be trying to get a pick back, or you reckon it'll be fine via trade or something?
Yeah, we'll probably be considering a trade, or we might try to get a pick back. We still maintain our best player, Hunter, though, so it's going to be interesting. The time between this season and then the Season 2 draft, there's going to be a lot of room for more players to join. So nothing's off the table yet. We could potentially sign a new player from outside the league.
Yes, yeah. You don't know who's fully going to be in the draft, but it is looking pretty strong right now, the draft.
Yeah, the draft's going to be pretty good.
Season 3 is going to be even more strong. You might want to tank for Season 3.
Yeah, Season 3 is going to be Hunter on the draft.
Hunter and Ben.
And Ben on the draft. So it's going to be a very stacked draft.
The Vipers could
Vipers could pick up Hunter or Ben.
Or they could get unlucky and get the 3rd pick, which that wouldn't be too good for them. So yeah, we talked on DPOY. MVP we've obviously already talked about. Bench player of the year.
Bench player of the year.
No one's going to qualify for that. You need to play like 5 games on the bench, which no one's done that because there really hasn't been a bench most games. Lockie was going to get that.
It could be Rylan.
Rylan's played. If one player's got bench player of the year, then that doesn't really mean anything because it's just only one player.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen with that, but do you think there was talk today about the courts? Do you reckon we could be playing at an indoor court for the playoffs, like Hunter was suggesting, or?
I mean, it wasn't just Hunter suggesting it. I think it's always been on the minds of us throughout both solo and also the league. We've always wanted to do proper matches in like Mitchell Park, so I think it is definitely possible. we can most definitely organize it, but it's not going to be like a normal thing. It's definitely going to be like for important games. Potentially, we could try it out like in a couple games, just as a tester to see how well it goes.
Yeah.
Because the conditions right now, as we're heading into winter, are going to be very rough on our players. It's going to affect the league as a whole in terms of the overall performance. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think we do want to play the finals outside though, because we want to get the extra angles, which we're going to get in. But
the finals will be organised in a way which it's not going to be bad weather. It's going to be perfect conditions, the finals, so that everyone is able to play the best, and also it's going to be nice and bright outside as well.
Well, I mean, you can't really...
Yeah, we can't predict it, but we'll try.
You can't really confirm that we're playing in the middle of winter, so it's going to be some rough games, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know about wind, it'll just be cold, pretty much.
True.
Do you want to rank the top 3 duos in the league?
Top 3 duos?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first. Number 1, it'll probably be Brody and Ben, for sure. Number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, I'd probably put. See, it's between players like Lockie and Hayden, and also Hunter and Cooper. They're both good duos. I think that in terms of the overall chemistry, I think Lockie and Hayden would probably take second, and then Hunter and Cooper would probably take third.
Yeah.
Just because, like, Cooper or Hunter, they're great. They played great together, but they just haven't played long enough together to be able to develop chemistry. Whereas Lockie and Hayden have been together since day one. You have been together since day one. So
yeah. I think around the same. I think we've only seen one game from Cooper and Hunter, so you can't really say if they're...
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, the best duo.
But they've already been playing quite well together.
They did play pretty well together, but you can't really like...
Yeah, Wednesday will decide.
We'll see. I guess. Yeah, Wednesday we got Foxes versus Chickens, so that'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be a good training session, I guess. I mean, the Chickens and like having players like Hunter and Cooper, it will definitely be a blowout for the Foxes for sure. So it'll be a good to get our strategy down and like figure out how we're going to be playing against more serious teams in the future.
Yeah, hopefully Cooper is back by then.
Yeah, for sure. We just want to welcome Hunter and Liam from the Chickens. Welcome, guys. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
We just had a couple questions for you guys regarding your previous game against the Roosters. You want to start us off, Brody?
Liam, how was your first game? How are you feeling?
Start off alright, and then, run out of energy, and I knew we weren't winning, so we just had a bit of fun.
Yeah. What was going through your head during your debut?
Yeah, start off strong, and then just run out of energy.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself having a place in the Chickens after this game?
Possibly, probably not.
Right. Did the speed of the game make you tired at all, or make you surprised?
Did the what?
The speed of the game.
Speed? No, not really.
No?
Nah. We need some more subs.
More subs? Alright. Hunter, this is a question for you. So you've been one of the biggest names in the league lately. How did you handle the pressure?
Yeah, I think today was definitely a big game, but it's definitely not going to be the biggest game. Today we didn't really have the urgency that we needed to win the game. I think the Roosters had a lot more urgency considering their record. We didn't really need to win as much, so that's probably what led to that game.
Yeah.
Do you think that this has been your best stretch of basketball in NBBA so far?
I think the Springbank era has not been as great. I think I've played a lot better at other courts, to be honest.
Yeah. So I heard that you guys are talking after the game that you want to play at the blue court next game. Do you think you play better at the blue court, or?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just a newer court, and it's a lot. I think the ring's a bit more even.
Yeah. So we got a question for you, Liam. Which player in the league do you look up to the most?
I guess Hunter.
Hunter? Oh, why's that?
Yeah. I know, he's very good. Been playing for a while.
Yeah. Alright.
Who do you think was tougher to play against in the Roosters, Liam?
I know, like, Ben had the speed, but Brody had the strength. Like, it was. I don't know. At the end, like, I started against Brody, and, you know, it was doing alright, and then I ran out of energy and couldn't keep up with Ben.
Yeah. This is for Hunter. Do you think that missing Cooper today was a big out?
Yeah, well, because Cooper was the reason. The last Roosters game that we played with Ben and Brody playing was the reason that I wanted to get Cooper at the deadline. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you think Cooper would have stopped like the bully ball that was being played today?
I don't think he would have stopped it, but he would have slowed it down and probably allowed us to sort of let our offense play a bit more.
I got a question for Liam. If you could poster one player in the league, who would it be?
If I got to what?
Poster.
Oh, like non-comment. You, Brody.
Me? Okay. Why's that?
Oh, because? Why not?
Alright. Liam, another question. Who's your funniest teammate?
Who's the funniest? What are these AI? Yeah, what are these questions? I mean, Hunter, I haven't really talked to Rylan.
It's his first game, so obviously he doesn't.
I don't really know the team.
He hasn't met the whole team yet. It is important to mention though that Liam isn't actually a permanent member of the Chickens. So
No.
Just a one game contract.
he may be a drifter, so I wouldn't get too comfortable, Liam.
Liam's not too late.
Alright, Hunter, do you pay attention to the MVP conversation much, or do you just not bother with it, not care?
I think it's just rage bait at this point. So.
Oh, really? Are you excited to talk to Lockie in the next episode?
Yeah, that'll be interesting, but he'll just be rage baiting, so I'm not really concerned.
Right. And what about Jed? He's also going to be in the next one too. Do you reckon it'll be pretty interesting?
Yeah, well, Jed thinks he's the Hunter stopper, so we've got to talk about that.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel, Hunter? Everyone's trying to be you. You know,
Yeah, they're all trying to beat me. They're all trying to come on after me. Alright, I'm the target, bro.
Liam, I've got another question for you.
Pause.
Liam, what's your goal for the rest of the season?
Oh, you know, get a bit better, get back into shape, and like practice a bit more basketball. Haven't played for a while. Get back on it.
Yeah, are you looking to score like 30 points before Lockie does, or?
Yeah, get better than Lockie.
Right.
well, it's not hard. But you haven't been signed yet by a team. Is there any potential teams you're looking at outside of the Chickens?
I really only know the Chickens and the Roosters.
Okay, well there is the Foxes as well with Hayden and Lockie
And the
and Jed
Vipers.
and the Vipers, which is a newer team with you won't know these people, but Jake and Tyson and Rylan. So it's going to be you got quite a selection, so you can pick. So
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, so Hunter, how do you rate the current state of the Chickens right now after that game?
Well, morale's definitely down a bit, but I really want to see us play at full strength against another team at full strength.
Yeah. Would you consider that game BTA?
Yeah, probably.
What team do you enjoy beating the most, Hunter?
Well, I think beating the Foxes at full strength would probably be the funnest, to be honest. But dropping like 90 on like Tyson's pretty tough as well.
Right.
it's not really an achievement though.
So, do you have a message for the rest of the league right now?
You know, they're all trying to just get in my head, you know, but it ain't gonna work. So just try and stay in your lane, bro.
Right. Liam, question for you.
Yeah.
How would you describe your play style to someone watching for the first time?
I don't know. Kind of just mainly defense, not much offense there.
Oh my goodness, Valentine! I just got the shot.
Liam, can you describe your debut in one word?
Rough.
Right. Do you think that the more you practice, Liam, like at lunchtimes and stuff, do you reckon you can try and average like in the 20s?
Yeah, I reckon I could get there, like, not play like an hour and a half before, and, you know, like, just do a little bit of practice before, and...
But, you know, training session was not that difficult. But...
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, you can get a bit more practice in. Yeah, you can get in the 20s.
Now, Liam, in order to get into the playoffs, you'll need to be able to play pretty much every single game for the team you get signed for. Are you committed to being able to get into the playoffs?
I mean, potentially. Depends on what team I'm on.
Well, Liam, so to play the playoffs right now, you need to play every game for the Chickens. There's 3 games left. They play on Wednesday.
Right. Potentially.
So you don't know?
Maybe.
Wait, so do we have a week off?
No, Wednesday you play.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, right. My bad.
Yeah. I think that's it. We got no more questions, really.
No more
Yeah.
ChatGPT questions.
Hey, I only gave Liam the ChatGPT ones because they're like weird.
Well, thanks for coming in, guys.
Right.
Let's have a good rest of your night and rest up for next week.
Chickens will be back. Chickens will be back, guys.
Yeah, sure. Alright, so.
All right, we just wanted to welcome Ben from the Roosters. Welcome, Ben. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
All good. We got a couple questions for you, Ben. So, how was the last game?
Yeah, no, good win, you know. Could have played a bit better, but got the win all the same, and Brody, as usual, carried us.
Yeah. How do you think your game was in the first half compared to the second half?
I think my defense was definitely better in the first half, but when it came to scoring, you know, either they gave up or, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what the game plan was in the last couple of minutes there, but anyway. How would you describe the season for you so far?
You know, I think I got a lot left more in the tank, you know. I played quite a few bad games, missing a lot of shots. Last game was probably one of my better 3-point shooting games, but, you know, I think I got a bit more that I got to show off, you know.
Yeah, do you think your 3-point shooting has improved a lot from the first half of the season to the second half?
I think in the first half of the season, I was really off. And even in my rec games, I was still hitting those threes. So, whether that's just playing in new places, different stakes, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
In last game, did you make any significant changes to your play style that may have affected how you played that game?
Well, normally on better defenders, I'd probably shoot a couple more middies, try and do some more dribble moves. In this league, they're probably all 20 kilos less than me. So I kind of just ran at the rim, you know, tried to get there.
Yeah. Do you reckon Liam's 3-8s when you verse him?
Yeah.
Do you think the game would have gone differently if Cooper was on?
I haven't played against Cooper.
Oh, you haven't.
I think, except for apart from in the All-Star game, which I don't think he's particularly hard to guard when it comes to, obviously, 3 points. That's not his specialty, though.
Yeah.
I think that was a 3-on-3 game, so it's a bit different.
Yeah.
And he hasn't guarded me in much regard, so I'm not sure.
At the start of the season, did you expect the Roosters to be like this far into the season? Like with the record and stuff?
I thought the Roosters might have been doing a bit better, but we've had a rough couple of games, you know. Our team captain was out for one of the games we played in 40-degree heat. Then I was out for 2 games.
Yeah. Do you think the Roosters are still up there as contenders despite the record?
Easily. I think when we're healthy, when we're all there, we're one of the best teams in the league, if not the best.
So, like I said, you shot better in the second half. Did you change anything in your offensive game in the second half compared to the first half today?
I was shooting the ball a bit lighter, you know, a little bit more finesse. I was hitting the back of the backboard on those first 3 attempts in the first half. I had to let off a little bit, you know.
Do you think that was your best performance or the team's best team's performance for the entire season?
I think offensively we left a lot there, but defensively I don't think I played a better game, and Brody was there for help every time I needed it. So I think it was probably one of our better games. I'm not sure if it's the best though.
Yeah. Who do you think in the league talks the most trash?
Lachlan Irvine.
Yeah.
Cool name.
Do you got anything to say about him?
13 points.
Right. Who's your like favorite team to verse? Who do you think is like the easiest to score on, easiest to play?
I think the Chickens they're pretty easy to score on, but they do challenge me defensively, which I enjoy.
Right.
So how do you think Brody? Well, obviously Brody had a career high performance that game. How do you feel about him? Do you think that he's doing a lot for the team, or do you think that it's 50-50 between both of you?
I think on any given day, probably more on Brody's side, that we can switch between who's getting the ball more, who's putting up more shots. But obviously this game, Brody was doing pretty well.
And how do you feel about Liam's debut? Do you think he did it right?
Liam's a bomb.
How hard on the scale of like 1 to 10 was going Hunter today?
Probably a 9. You know, he in the first half, probably a 10. You know, he's got all those moves in his bag. If you jump, if you're going to go right past you, if you don't contest that shot, he'll easily hit on you.
Yeah.
So you got to be there for everything. And if you're not, he'll drop 70 on you.
Do you think he's the hardest player to guard in the entire comp?
Easily.
Yeah. Who would you say is the most underrated player in the league right now?
I think,
Looking at players like
I think
Ryland,
Ryland could show us a bit more of what he's got.
Yeah. How do you feel about the Vipers next season? Do you reckon Jake can make a jump, or do you think it'll just be bad?
Each.
Right. Okay.
Not a chicken.
Who's the most delusional out of everyone in the NBBA?
Lock them over.
Who do you think complains to the refs the most?
Lock them over.
Okay. And who takes himself way too seriously?
Lock them over.
Alright. Do you think the MVP race is already over?
No, I think what Brody showed us this game. I think if Hunt has a couple of bad games, a couple of games where Cooper scores a bit much, I think Brody can certainly show us a bit more of what he's got, and maybe not catch up to those points per game, but I think he can overtake him in most of the other stats when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, Ben, do you think that Foxes are a super team?
No.
Why is that? Explain the thinking behind that.
Jed's free eats on Jed for defense. Lockie's free eats on defense. Lockie's a bum on offense. Jed's alright on offense. You know, Hayden clearly has shown us that he can have bad games himself. So,
Right.
not having someone in top 4 of MVP race is definitely not a super team.
Yeah. Now, do you think you're the defensive player of the year right now?
I think when it comes to stats, maybe I'm not up there. Last game I didn't quite get as many steals, as many blocks, but I think this game, when it comes to showing off how I am defensively, I think, I don't think there's a better defensive player in the league right now.
Okay, we'll ask one more question. Who do you think is the most overrated player in the league? We said underrated or overrated?
I think the Foxes carry Hayden on a very high horse, but he was showing us what he can do in the first half of the season, but I think he needs to pick his game back up if he wants to keep chugging along when it comes to being in the top 3 for MVP.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that wraps up all the questions we've got for you. Thanks for coming in, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
All right. You have a good rest of your night. All right.
Yeah, you too.